What's up, guys? Spenny. Virginia Roberts is somebody that we followed very closely on this channel because she was a living witness to many of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. A longtime victim of Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking operation, she sued the royal family because of what happened between her and Prince Andrew. She was trafficked to him. She got a multi-million-pound settlement. That's very rare for the royal family. Prince Andrew stripped of his royal duties as well. A real punishment for all of this. Prince Andrew's friends say it's all real. The story's true. Virginia Roberts was hit by a bus in the middle of the Australian outback, one of the most remote places on Earth. It's hard to even find another driver out there, much less get hit by a bus. She said she was clinging to life in the hospital and only had days to live. Then the next thing we hear, she's been suicided at her farmhouse. Still no evidence, no photos, nothing. The reason why this bothered us so much was that she is a living witness, a living piece of evidence. While you could delete a file in the CIA or the FBI, while you could scrub a server or a hard drive, or you could eliminate, literally physically destroy some piece of evidence that's in federal lockup, it's harder with a human being who's on the record talking about this operation, and we were doomed when we saw this. We didn't like it at all. We said dark days are ahead. That brings us to Ghislaine Maxwell and why the meeting between Ghislaine Maxwell and the federal government right now is so important. Ghislaine Maxwell is seen here carrying a massive box of something into her meeting with the feds. What is happening here? I don't know. I'm not sure. But it sure as hell seems to me like there's something more than meets the eye here. Obviously, the Trump administration meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell, one of the other few remaining physical witnesses, perhaps the key physical witness, the individual who saw and or orchestrated everything when it came to Jeffrey Epstein's operation. What does Ghislaine Maxwell know? Well, it turned out the federal government's never asked. They haven't even tried to ever do an interview with her. That was stunning for us to find out. But no, Ghislaine Maxwell has never spoken to the press about this operation. She's never talked to the feds about it. She was never even asked. She was just locked up and they threw away the key until now. And something massive has just happened in this story that I think is going to change absolutely everything. Ghislaine Maxwell spotted returning to her prison with a massive box of materials after she was grilled by the Donald Trump Department of Justice over her association with former lover Jeffrey Epstein. The vision has emerged as Trump sensationally floated the possibility of pardoning the convicted sex offender who's serving 20 years in prison. When asked about the potential pardon, Trump responded, "I'm allowed to do it, but it's something that I haven't thought about." Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche flew down to Florida to meet in person with the convicted sex trafficking offender as the MAGA base demands answers. That's exactly damn right. President Trump this morning said that he didn't turn down out of hand the idea of pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. And let me show you something that might put all this in context and is wild. Breaking news this very moment. Ghislaine Maxwell says that she's going to give up 100 people linked to Epstein during secret meeting in exchange for a pardon. Let's read. Is Ghislaine Maxwell actually giving people, it's like, wait a second, I thought there was no Epstein list. Is Ghislaine Maxwell actually giving people up? No way. Really? Let's read. Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell appears to be angling for a pardon and didn't hold back in a secret questioning from the Justice Department. Maxwell, 63, completed a second day of interviews with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. If you don't know who Todd Blanche is, he's the guy who defended President Trump against all of the lawfare against him. In many states, he was by Trump's side. He's a great lawyer. Attorney David Oscar Marcus claimed that his client spoke with Blanche about 100 different people related to the Epstein child sex trafficking ring. Whoa! They asked every possible thing you could imagine. Everything, Marcus claimed. He also said that Maxwell is being used as the scapegoat in the entire Epstein case and has been treated unfairly. Her attorney said that they had not put in a formal request with the White House for a pardon yet following the conclusion of day 2 questioning, but Marcus didn't rule it out, saying that things are happening very quickly. The president said earlier that he has the power to do so, and we hope he exercises that power in the right way, he said of a potential commutation. Trump refused to rule out invoking presidential pardon powers when asked about it. I'm allowed to do it. It's something that I have thought about. Okay. Blanche flew down to Florida for the meetings. The number 2 at the Justice Department met in the courthouse with Tallahassee with Maxwell, who's serving a 20-year sentence for a crime. She's 63, so, I mean, this is nearly a life sentence. It's a lot of, I mean, she's going to be in jail till she's virtually in a wheelchair. After the meeting, he announced on X that he would have a second day of meetings with Maxwell. I mean, if you're having a second day of meetings, this is the Deputy Attorney General, anyone will tell you, is probably the single most powerful law enforcement agent in the country. The Attorney General is often, very figurehead. The Deputy Attorney General is the one who actually gets the work done. And so for this powerful man to be meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell for the second day in a row says a lot about what they're getting. She literally answered every question. She was asked about 100 different people. She answered questions about everybody. She didn't hold anything back. Whoa! Over the course of 2 days, Maxwell and her attorney have spoken more than 9 hours answering Blanche's questions. It's not clear whether the DOJ will release what they've learned at the meeting. Marcus and Maxwell grateful to have the chance to sit down with Blanche. This is the first opportunity she's been given to answer any questions about what happened. The truth will come out about what happened to Mr. Epstein and the person who's answering those questions. Maxwell is continuing to appeal the sex trafficking conviction. The latest effort was opposed by the DOJ last week. Supreme Court to take up the case. Fascinating. Wow. This is a remarkable turn of events. So what you're saying, what's happening here is that she's actually giving up people. I mean, this is wild headline. Maxwell didn't hold back on over 100 people linked to Epstein during secret meeting with the DOJ. Her lawyer was there, of course. And so that begs the question, I mean, what happens next?
Attorney General Todd Blanche's meeting with convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell has ended. This as critics are calling for more transparency in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Welcome back as we head into hour 2 of America Reports. I'm Sandra Smith in New York. And Bill, great to have you here today.
Great to be with you as well, Sandra. I'm Bill Malugin in Los Angeles. John Roberts has the day off. That meeting Sandra just mentioned just wrapped up moments ago. Maxwell was escorted back to the prison from the courthouse in Tallahassee. Her attorney said they had a, quote, productive meeting with Blanche, but details of their talks still remain under wraps right now.
All right, Fox Team coverage is at the ready. Chief legal correspondent Shannon Bream is live here in New York City, standing by with analysis. But first, let's get to our justice correspondent, David Spunt. He's got the latest from Washington for us. So, David, what else did Maxwell's attorney say?
Well, he said a lot. We wish we could be in and hear what was said in the actual meeting. This meeting was a lot shorter than it was yesterday, but this was a 2-day event. The highlight, though, it appears that her team wants a pardon. Watch.
We're going to take one day at a time. I know that's very cliche, but it's true because things are happening so quickly. We haven't spoken to the president or anybody about a pardon just yet. And listen, the president this morning said he had the power to do so. We hope he exercises that power in the right and just way.
So here's President Trump saying that.
About that, what I do want to say is that Todd is a great attorney, but you ought to be speaking about Larry Summers. You ought to be speaking about some of his friends that are hedge fund guys. They're all over the place. You ought to be speaking about Bill Clinton, who went to the island 28 times.
Donald Trump saying, yeah, okay. I wonder if Bill Clinton is one of the 100 people that were asked about, right? Okay, here we go.
Consider a pardon or a commutation for Ghislaine Maxwell if
it's something I haven't thought about. It's really something. It's something I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I have not thought about.
But you wouldn't rule it out, sir.
Why has the dollar?
Something I haven't thought about. He says. I'll tell you, I'm not here to simp for Ghislaine Maxwell, obviously. A very evil person, according to all available evidence, including Virginia Roberts' evidence, that she was kind of the madame. She trafficked. She assisted in the trafficking of the young girls, the procurement of the young girls. She's clearly a monster. But she's a monster that knows things. And I've seen the government like cut deals with monsters to get other monsters. Have Democrats created their own monster here? What's Ghislaine saying? That's a real question. Giving up over 100 people? Careful what you wish for, Democrats. I mean, what's publicly available is obviously out there about Bill Clinton and about some major Democrats like Reid Hoffman, huge Democrat donors like Bill Gates. That's publicly available, and that'll happen after Jeffrey Epstein was convicted. So, again, play stupid games, win really stupid prizes. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Huge update here. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.